For the professional experience module, I undertook 2 work placements, which both gave me an insight into the media industry and how production companies, both big and small, function. For my first work placement, I went to Objective Productions in London. The company produces shows such as Peep Show, Derren Brown, The Cube and The Real Hustle. My job role was as an office runner alongside 4 other office runners who do this role on a full-time basis within the production company. This is set up into different areas such as legal, marketing, accounts and post-production. All these play a part in the various shows that are in production at the time. Activities and tasks I undertook within this role included making tea and coffee for the production staff, scanning in release forms, answering the telephone and press logging. Press logging is when you go through the day's papers and cut out and log all the relevant TV and media related news to help keep the production company up to date with the latest news. One of the tasks I was given to work on was in the rehearsal studio, whilst one of the company's shows, Reggie Perrin, was being rehearsed by the actors. My job was to help set up the rehearsal space with props, and this meant working alongside with the stage manager for part of the rehearsal. I had to go on a running job to get food and refreshments for the actors, which tested my communication skills to prove listening and writing down the orders. The placement wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be, as I envisaged I would be running about sorting out call sheets and shooting schedules. The number of production staff meant that all the paperwork with pre- and post-production work was divided into the different departments of the office. Being an office runner literally meant doing errands and small tasks. The opportunity to work within an established production company meant I was able to network with people within the industry and make contacts for future possible opportunities. Looking back at this experience at Objective, I can see how my professional skills have improved, with my communication and organisational skills both being vital for the job role. These skills are definitely needed in order to get into the industry and being able to think of solutions to problems that may arise as and when they are needed in order to also survive in the industry. My motivation to get into the media industry and perhaps working within a production company has progressed to the point of being able to get experience in companies, whether big or small, to help give myself some belief that I can get into the industry after I graduate. Overall, I found my experience at Objective Productions rewarding, even if it wasn't what I first expected the job role of a runner would be like. The second placement I undertook for the module was at Herbert Media in Coventry. This production company is part of the Herbert Museum and Art Gallery. This provides media resources such as sound, video and graphics within the gallery and museum for exhibitions. They also provide training in sound and video production, as well as editing and studio facilities for anybody who wants to gain the relevant skills to get into media production. The activities and tasks I undertook at this placement were a lot more production work based, such as working in the editing suites, capturing footage to be archived onto the company's media hard drive for future use. I also shadowed production staff, such as in the sound studio and edit suites. This opportunity meant I could learn some more about programs like Final Cut Pro and Cubase, which is a program I've never used or had even heard of for that matter. Some of the things I was taught while shadowing included how to use certain tools, such as the colour corrector, which I've never used before when editing. Just seeing how this tool is used really made me realise how I could have used that correction tool when editing past video projects. I also learnt how to set up red headlights whilst helping with filming in the museum. This was a real hands-on experience, which has taught me new skills in media production that I can progress with over time. The opportunity to do more production-based work, even capturing tapes, was a lot more fulfilling to do rather than just doing mini-jobs such as making coffee and tea and tidying the kitchen and office throughout the day. Getting experience within a small, in comparison to Objective, production company, such as in the sound studio, editing suite and also location filming within the museum itself. I've managed to network and make contacts with various people at the company and the possibility to go and get more experience, which would be ideal, especially location-wise. professional skills I used and implemented whilst at my placement at the Herbert included my media production skills in Final Cut Pro. This teaches me a few new things in the process, as well as checking the settings on programs such as Final Cut Pro before starting, which you would do anyway, but the mistakes I made led to me being taught to check before starting any work. The general skills I used included communication and organisational skills. Communication skills came with taking verbal instructions to set up tasks, as well as speaking to people when it came to needing help. Organisational skills came in handy within this placement, as sorting through tapes and files meant I had to organise my time in order to get the tasks done. From my overall work placements at both Objective Productions and the Herbert, I've learned a lot more about myself and the personal attributes and qualities that I possess, such as being very time management based and the drive to get tasks done to the very best of my ability and within the deadline too. My weaknesses and areas for improvement would be to stay motivated even when I have hurdles to overcome, remain confident within myself and what I'm doing, and most importantly, to use my verbal skills more in situations when it's vital. One of the most encouraging words of wisdom I was told by someone within the media industry was to remember that whilst jobs in the creative industry are intensely competitive, people still get jobs, and staying focused and being tenacious will get you ahead. And find an area within the industry that you want to get into and go for it. Thanks for listening to my professional experience presentation.